Hey there everybody, welcome back. The wife here wants a sign made for some of her friends at work and has been on my case for months trying to get me to do it. So I finally said, all right, you're making the sign. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
So we start this project by loading up some 16 gauge sheet on the table, just some scraps we had laying around, and then firing up the Microcut 875 SC plasma cutter that HTP sent out, so we can go ahead and get this shield design cut out. It's actually a logo for a team at my wife's company, and they're just gonna be kind of repping their area of the office with it.
Sweet. Oh, sexy.
This is the magnetic one, you know?
I just go.
Yeah, you just lightly remove all the dust.
Oh, that was cool. The dust moves when you...
That is a perfect example of why it's great to have people in the shop that aren't there every day. They point out things that you just miss and that, you know, are really interesting to see in your day-to-day.
Do I just do the same thing with different parts of this?
They use clamps or... That did get a little sloppy, didn't it? Let's recut that one. Tell me why we're recutting it.
Well, it's way thinner over here and over here.
One of the downsides to working with thinner metal like the 16 gauge is it can warp on the table, and that's what happened with this shield border, so we cut a new one.
You just push down this to get it off, right? Why does it hate me?
After getting all the parts right, it's just a matter of cleaning up the cut edges and then putting a nice face on them. In this case, Jessica wants to have a raw steel look for most of the sign, so we're gonna clean it up and then give it a bit of a random texture.
All right, so this is like a powerful sander, right?
Okay.
Immediately off camera, she reminds me that she knows what a die grinder is. So we just jump right into it. These roll-lock sanding style pads, just moving around randomly so that you get that fuzzy or burly texture to the metal.
Oh,
Your hands hurt?
my wrist does.
I mean, I guess I get it. Ladies don't grow up getting as much of a workout on their wrists as guys do.
All right, so now you stick one of those through each hole. Tack.
Okay. Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, might be one of the ugliest tacks ever, but it's a tack.
What's on the back? So you want to get 3 tacks around the outside. You can go for a little bit longer than you were just going for.
So if y'all have been watching for a while, you've seen me do this sort of stud mounting before. You cut a hole in the background and the letter on the CNC table, and then just drop a stud between them and weld closed. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe so you can see what we do around here, maybe learn something, and check out some great upgrades we have coming up soon. And speaking of upgrades, that HTP Pro Pulse 200 has been a great machine. Click the card here if you want to see my 6-month review of it.
It's a masterpiece.
So we're gonna use this anti-spatter spray and you just spray it all over that so when we weld, hopefully BBs don't stick to this part that you cleaned up.
So I don't have any relationship with CRC, but that weld spray is a great way to keep BBs from sticking down, and it doesn't have the fumes and solvents of a lot of the aerosol weld sprays out there, which has really been the reason I haven't used them in the past. They always gave me a headache. So now Jessica's just gonna weld these letters to the studs, binding all the pieces together for the final assembly.
Does it help if I make that face?
Yes.
Oh.
You got it?
Who said it was easy?
It is easy, what?
You're such a bitch. You could last. You make it look so easy.
So, just like our old clubbing days from when I met Jessica back in college, the name of the game here is grind. Grind, grind, grind. You gotta clean up the face of all those letters and remove the weld protrusion where those studs came through. If anything needed cleaning up, we'd do that here, but Jessica did a great job with the welding on the first go. And then any minor BBs, we're gonna take care of, but realistically, that CRC spray stopped them from sticking down. Just as on the front of the letters, we need to remove the weld remnants on the back so that the sign will lay flat against a wall. And again, back to the grinder. You actually see though there that Jessica is doing a great job of keeping the grinder at a very low angle to the work. You don't want to be so low that the shaft that the grinder disc sits on touches the work, but you basically want to be as low as you can without having that shaft rub on the work and scratch it. Now it's time to weld on that shield border that we recut earlier. And I'm just being lazy here, guys, not putting my helmet on. Don't do that, but if you are going to, make sure that you're turning your face completely away from the work. The weld arc is bright enough that even through your eyelids you can get some trouble, and that's a stupid way to lose your vision.
I will be your clamp.
Oh God, no, please don't. I spray you. What am I doing?
Wiping it all off? Oh no, it's all on fire!
You need to light my sign on fire? It looks weird.
Meant to get all the acetone off of it faster so we can paint it.
So yeah, don't light stuff on fire. But it was very cold in the shop, and that acetone was taking forever to just flash off, so we gave it a little kick. Ironically enough, this shield is for a quality control team. So here goes Jessica, QCing the heck out of it.
LED?
Yeah, now we've got to make the thing that holds the LEDs.
Alright.
If y'all ever wondered if your couch is comfortable, here's a great way to find out.
Wait a minute, should I have told you about this thing?
Yeah, I figured you'd come out with a tool. You're a dick. Well, that's stuff now, so. You make me so angry sometimes, you know that?
Me?
Hey, you.
Why?
You know what? Don't what me. Let me get that out so you could do this whole sign.
Did you get what out?
Good. The tightener.
The wrench?
Yeah. The whole point of getting that out was so that you could mess with me.
Yeah.
You are such a jerk.
I know. You gotta roll this piece of rod through here.
I hear if you stop by the Snap-on truck, not only will they sell you a tightener, but also a loosener. And they come in left and right-handed. So, we just jump right into it here. Rolling a ring, a 1/2-inch bar. This is what the LED strips will mount to. It'll make sense here in a second. And that ring roller is a great way to do it. You just go back and forth a couple times. Again, don't try and take rolling anything in a big bite. Just take a couple passes at it.
Perfect.
I thought you wanted it the same size as this.
No, you want it a little bit smaller so that way it's over the LEDs.
Oh, I see.
You know how this works?
No.
No.
No, I do not.
So it's fairly common for me to come home with scratches on my hands from accidentally punching the blade on that portaband when I'm doing small work, and Jessica knows about that, so she was a little leery of using it, but she did a great job. Now she's going to take that ring and tack it down to a circle we cut earlier. She's doing a great job here with the tacks. It's a great way to just combine two pieces of metal when you don't need a super strong joint. And it's an easy thing for people to pick up. And she's, got that down pat. So make me a proud welder husband. Now we're gonna make this little hook up and straighten it out so that we can attach that circle to it. And it will eventually hold the sign as it hangs over the edge of a cubicle.
So good?
It may not look nice, but I think it's good.
It's alright.
It's not great.
So I can't be the only person who's noticed that spray paint cans have gotten harder to open lately, right?
I mean, you saw how that thing I spray painted rusted, right?
If y'all want a better explanation of what I'm doing here with the sand, go ahead and click the link in the cards to a larger sign project where I go into more detail about it.
All right. Now we're ready to paint the letters purple. I'm sure you will use that because it was beautiful and excellent.
Yeah. Jessica's got a bit of a heavy hand with painting, so she made me do the letters purple so we didn't have to sand off any runs. But whatever, I signed up to help her.
All right.
The LEDs we're using are RGBs. You can send them to any color you want, and they run off some batteries, so you don't need a wire. If you want to support the channel, check them out in the description.
Now, plug that guy into there, and there's an arrow.
On these, see the arrow?
Mm-hmm.
Right here and right there. So you got it in backwards.
Oh.
All right, so let's flip this over now and get a couple strips of double-sided tape ready, since that's how we're gonna attach it to the shield.
And God help whoever tries to take this sign back apart. I don't know why I used that much VHB tape, but it isn't ever coming back apart. I put signs on buildings with less tape than that sometimes. And if you want to see an example of that, go check out my Instagram. There's a video there where you see the steel fail instead of the tape.
You tell me where you like it.
That looks good.
All right, let's take it home and light it up.
All right.
All right, do the outro.
What?
All right, guys, here it is. We just threw it up inside the house just for an example. I'm gonna B-roll some footage of it in place. It's gonna hang on a cubicle. It's a solid piece, that's what the hook's for. We have a ring of LEDs around the back. Nice little quick afternoon project. If you like these and you wanna see some more, don't forget to subscribe. And hey, let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks.
Bye. Hard recording is useful for making videos.
Yeah, I know.
I think this one is broken. I can work these. I just can't work this one. You had trouble.